Be sure to tune in next week as we interview Benji Carmson and his new book, Castration Sucks.
What is up, everybody? It is week 19, I think, of 2016. You guys didn't get a video last week, but that doesn't mean that week got completely skipped. Some lifting was done when I was out of town, but nothing got filmed. This video may be a little longer than usual due to a whole lot of changes going on this week, because this cycle between now and when I go out of town again is only going to be like 3 or 4 weeks, so doing some different things. One of the first things I was trying to figure out how to deal with the sun blaring through my windows, because it is now the time of year where by the time I get up and get the workout started, the sun is much higher than it was in the winter / early part of spring. So now it creates some massive backlighting effect when I got the camera pointed directly at the windows. One of the first big changes you'll notice is that I've added a daily max to the overhead press movements, which is pretty cool.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
Yeah, so if I didn't ludicrous speed this would take probably 3 or 4 minutes of video just to get through this one exercise. But I'm calling this technique the race to 40, where I'm trying to get to 40 total reps as fast as possible. So what you do is, that first set, I'm generally trying to put a weight on the bar where I can get 20 to 25 reps. And then when I can barely move the bar with any kind of speed anymore, set it down, take 5 deep breaths, and then go again. So usually what will happen is I'll get 20 to 25 reps and then sets of 5 or under until I've accumulated 40 reps. You might have heard of this technique also referred to as either rest pause method or as myo reps, M as in Mike, Y as in Yankee, O as in ostrich. So if you guys want to look that up, you can. And the main idea here is that I got sore spots pretty much all over my body, and I wanted to come up with a way to still get a good amount of volume, total volume done, but without stressing, or basically with giving my body a bit of a chance to heal by using lighter weights. And speaking of changes, here we have the cage completely moved so that I can have the camera pointing basically parallel to the windows instead of straight at them. And I think this is going to work for the summer lifting season, because believe it or not, the cage is actually pretty easy to move because the entire flooring that I have slid well without me having to actually lift up the thing or take it apart. As you might expect, after not doing my daily maxes during what was week 18 that you didn't see, I was pretty sore after doing them here. With the squat, the bench, or the pause bench on Saturday, and then here we have the basically the OHP with the leg drive max of 150. That felt good, and I'm also adding in a single heavy deadlift into my routine as well. I hadn't done this, I had just done the rep work, but I thought it'd be good to start doing this on a regular basis. So the main idea, if you guys were wondering about the race to 40 idea and how that's supposed to help, basically when you're trying to lift a lot of weight or get huge or whatever, the muscle fibers that you're trying to target are the fast twitch muscle fibers. For those of you who don't know, basically your muscles have 2 basic types of fibers. One type is called slow twitch and the other is called fast twitch. Now the slow twitch are the ones that are basically used for endurance work. They're very efficient at converting energy into some kind of movement, but without fatiguing, as long as the force that they have to output is not too high. Now the fast twitch ones are the ones that can generate a boatload of force very briefly before tiring out, and they are the ones that are most apt to get bigger if you're trying to add muscle mass, and they're also the ones that will add more force to your lifts. An interesting thing though is that the body tries to be lazy, and whenever you're trying to do something, it will try to do it in the most efficient way possible. So in the muscle fiber case, it will try to do what it has to do using only slow twitch fibers, and the only way to get at the fast twitch fibers to train them, because those are the ones that we really want to train and make better, is to either use mega loads in like the 85 to 90% and higher of your 1 rep max range, or what you do is in like the race to 40 idea is you do so much work that you completely fatigue the slow twitch fibers so that the fast twitch now have to be recruited to complete the movement. So you probably noticed like the couple of head shakes and about to pass out looks on my face. That's because the race to 40 thing is just awful, man. The burn you get in whatever the working muscle is just so intense. You can barely move. You know, it's so awful. I like it. It's kind of good. The only problem was with this squat workout right here, I managed to irritate my back a little bit, which I thought was completely solved by the hanging upside down thing. But I'm thinking because I didn't wear a belt here, even though it was only 135, something happened there. So I'm going to monitor that. I think it's already getting better. But like I said, I'm just going to monitor that and make sure it doesn't get worse. Yeah, how terrible would it be, by the way, if I end up hurting my back doing something that was supposed to allow things to heal up? That would be ironic, I think. But anyway, it's hump day! Oh yeah! And as we know, whenever we see big cats, that means it's time to squat something heavy. So today was 297.5 on the bar for the daily max, and I think it went very well because it went right up, and that was really deep too. Now that I look at it. So anyway, if you guys haven't noticed, just to state what it is, the first 3 days of these workout weeks are going to be my usual 90%, as you guys have been seeing from the beginning of the year. But then the second 3 days, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday workouts are just going to be daily max followed by the race to 40 type thing. And that's going to be for squats, bench, and overhead press. On this day, I actually wore a belt for my race to 40 squats, and the back didn't hurt too bad, so that's good. And that was a good deadlift too. And we're on to the last day of the week. It's Thursday, and we're going to open up with the front squat max. 202.5 on the bar, no problem. One thing that also changed that I don't normally film, actually I don't think I've ever filmed it, is I changed my chin-up grip from a shoulder width grip out to a wide grip, and also moved the weights down a bit. So you're going to see a bit of a drop in my back volume. Oh, here's step-ups. These are kind of like pistols, but without going all the way down and beating up on that knee thing I was having going on the other day. Or not the other day, a couple weeks ago before finishing out cycle 3. I couldn't come up with a good way of doing those as a race to 40 because I couldn't figure out how to do one leg safely and add weight while doing the race to 40. So I actually just do those as pretty standard 4x10 sets, you know, just with a minute in between. So those are the only ones that are not actually race to 40, but I actually end up doing a grand total of 80 reps because it's 40 per leg. And the final daily max of the week is the behind the neck jerk, and I think I hit myself in the back of the head, so I wasn't too happy with that, but we got it, so we'll take it. And the weekly volume update, as you can see, we don't really have comparisons because this is the first week of doing 90%, and I don't know what you would call this, I guess race to 40s or something. But as you can see, the takeaway is at the bottom that the total for the year is 2,206,088 pounds, and that is over the gigagram, because 1,000,000 kilograms will work out to 2,204,640, I believe. Yeah. And the 2016 goals update, question mark for no injuries, because that back thing I mentioned earlier. Like I said, I think I'm going to be okay, but we're just going to give that a question mark for this week. We did the warm-ups and stretching, abs, 1-arm push-ups, all that good stuff. Counted the calories, more on that in a minute. But the OHP, I'm going to give that the X, because I did the daily max of 130 on the strict overhead press and 150 on the front jerk and the behind the neck jerk. So I think we're going to call that hit. That's awesome. And on the 10K chin-up challenge, we now are at 4,144 chin-ups. And finally, for the metabolic update, so the quote-unquote target was for 2960, but as you can see, I pulled a lot of calories out this week, and that was to make up for some serious, unplanned, untracked binging when I was out of town. So I think I'm actually good to get back on track starting next week. I also took this opportunity to recalibrate weighing in first thing in the morning instead of after my workout. So there's no change because we're kind of just resetting that. All right, guys. So as always, we're gonna sign off with mother. You guys have a great week. I'll catch you next time.